Welcome to the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with all the resources you need to become a successful author. You can learn more about Authors Unite and join the free community at authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner, and today I have Christian Groomes with us. He's a member of the 2016 National Championship team from Clemson. So welcome to the show, Christian.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Of course. Appreciate you coming on. The first question I have for you, Christian, is what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
I would just say, one thing that I've learned is just time management. That has probably been one of the most valuable things I've been able to learn, especially in the past 4 years with trying to juggle playing a Division I sport while also being a full-time student. But also for the past 2 years of my college career, I was working an internship during the school year and working 15 to 20 hours a week along with a sport and a full-time class load. And that taught me a lot through that.
And what's the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Just people skills and how you treat people, because how you treat people will just pay dividends down the road to a lot. With how you handle one phone conversation may help you land a job down the road, or maybe get you that one thing within your company or one sale that just might send your company over the top or to the next level.
And what is your best piece of overall business advice, so not necessarily industry specific?
Don't be afraid to speak to anybody. I got my job where I currently am working at Swift Transportation from eating dinner with a family friend. It was just a routine dinner that we normally go to, and I just asked him about what he did and what his job and everything like that, and it actually ended up turning into a job. And never say no to meeting somebody or a connection, or if somebody wants to reach out and get coffee or something like that. That's just something you would never want to turn down. Just connections.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Kind of branching off of what I just said. I would want to maybe go to more career fairs, job fairs. Reach out to people in the community or stuff of that nature. And just don't be afraid to meet some random stranger, because you never know what that could turn into.
And in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
The key to happiness is doing what you love. If you're doing what you love, there's one thing my dad always told me, that you will work your whole life and get paid nothing if you do what you love. And just find what you love and be passionate about it.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
The book was called Brands Win Championships by Jeremy Darlow. He used to be the VP of marketing at Adidas, and now he branched off and did his own brand marketing thing. And the book was just all about how brands win championships in college football or college sports in general. And I mean, that it just teaches you so much about this day and age that we live in, with social media and recruiting and all of that kind of sports and athletics. And it's just very insightful. And he actually has another book out, which I would encourage you to check out. And any of his stuff, follow him on social media, because he is one of the most insightful people I've ever read.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote probably have to be a Bible verse, because This is probably what helps me the most and describes myself. That's Psalm 118:6, and that's, for the Lord is on my side, I will not be afraid. What more can mere mortals do to me? That's just basically saying, don't be afraid of anything, and you just have no fear and have fun with what you're doing, because you have somebody that has your back at all times.
Yes, I love it, man. Thank you so much for coming on. The last question I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for people to find you online?
Either you can check me out on LinkedIn. My name is Christian Groomes, or Twitter. It's _C_Groomes_, or Instagram. My name is just Christian Groomes.
Perfect, brother. Thanks again for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.